is a typical dune just north of well 37. I'm heading south, so we're looking at the north face. You can see it's pretty cut up. Not the worst I've seen, but still very rough when you get up into those kind of long wave corrugations that people have created by going too fast, too hard. There's a long run up behind this one where people have obviously backed way down and got up a hell of a head of speed. Not the way to do it. I select first gear in the automatic box. I'm in high range with the centre diff locked, and I'm just going to walk up this dune so I don't get too thrown around by the undulations. I'm doing 1300 RPM, less than 5 kilometres an hour, easily walking over these holes. And here's a test. Can you stop and start again? If your tyres are low enough, you can do that with ease. If you can't do that, you've got too much air in your tyres. So the way to get over the dunes is not to go harder by using more throttle and more speed. Go softer. Let some air out of your tyres. You could use, if you're already down around half of your highway pressure, try going down another 2 psi. And if that doesn't work, keep trying the same thing, another 2 psi, until you get to the point where you can easily just walk up a dune. Now it's 1:20 in the afternoon, it's 40 degrees outside. The sand is as hot as it's going to get at this time of the year, so these are the worst conditions for trying to climb dunes. But I'm currently running about 14 psi in the front, 16 in the rear, in a lightly loaded Prado. One occupant, not a lot of heavy gear. Those pressures are working beautifully for me. I choose to manually select the gear with the automatic. That does two things, or three things. It avoids the gearbox making its own decision halfway up the hill, and you're getting a little pause or surge. You eliminate that. It'll keep your torque converter cooler if you're manually changing rather than let the gearbox do it itself. And the other thing is using a low gear and higher revs means that you get less wheel spin if there's an opportunity for a wheel to do that. So the wheel spin's much better controlled with higher revs, light throttle in a low gear. And that's the way to climb sand dunes on the Canning Stock Route.